defender of Gotham, and I'm super excited to have N7Kate review my Arkham Origins game. Let's go!
Arkham Origins is the third game in the Arkham series and the first game not to be done by the series creators Rocksteady. It was instead developed by Warner Bros. Studios Montreal, who, it's fair to say, were under a lot of pressure from fans of the series to do a good job. It was no doubt with this in mind that the developers decided to do a prequel instead of a sequel to the incredibly popular and highly acclaimed Arkham City. Origins is set 5 years before the events of Arkham Asylum. The Batman we are introduced to is a younger, less refined hero than we are used to. At the beginning of the game, a bounty has been placed on his head by the crime lord Black Mask, drawing 8 of the world's greatest assassins to Gotham City on Christmas Eve. During the course of the story, Batman must face each of these villains, which include the likes of Joker, Bane, Black Mask, Penguin, Copperhead and Deathstroke, to name but a few, defeat them and stop their nefarious schemes to destroy and control Gotham City.
They're good.
The issue that Origins has is its faithfulness to the previous games. It is similar in many ways, and this is a double-edged sword for the game. It possesses many of the good qualities Arkham City had. It looks graphically beautiful, the cityscape is huge and looks gritty and detailed as you glide above the rooftops.
Damn, I look good. Check out that wingspan.
Do you mind?
A Batman!
Anyway, the open world field is back, and the area you can explore is huge. Thanks to the new fast travel system using the Batwing, it's a lot quicker to travel from point to point. The story of Origins is sound. There are some great moments, but it does lack the same impact that Arkham City had. A plethora of awesome villains are back too, as are the epic boss fights that we all loved in the previous 2 games. The boss fights in Origins are fun and varied, and it's both enjoyable and challenging to have to use different tactics to take on each boss. But some of the fights do seem repetitive, and you end up fighting Bane way too many times. The voice acting in Origins is of course top notch, and the new additions of Roger Craig Smith as Batman in place of Kevin Conroy and Troy Baker as Joker in place of Mark Hamill do a great job. Smith's portrayal of a younger, angrier and grittier Batman is great, and Troy Baker is so faithful to Hamill's Joker that it's hard to tell them apart. They do say imitation is the highest form of flattery. For those of you that have played the previous Arkham games, the controls and game mechanics will feel very familiar. Hell, they're virtually identical. Except for the addition of some new thugs to fight, the combat is completely the same, relying on counters, gadgets, combos and critical hits.
First I lost my parents, then I lost my combo. This is the worst Christmas ever.
Just like the previous games, it's one of the best features of Origins. It's smooth and hugely enjoyable, and it's in these moments that you truly feel like you're Batman.
A Batman.
Yes, of course, but...
Batman.
Yeah, but...
A Batman.
Alright, I get it. I said like you're Batman. Jeez. It's kick-ass anyway. Alright, moving on.
The Bad.
Like I said before, one of the biggest problems that Origins has is that it's too similar to Arkham City. While it could be seen as a strength, it's also a huge weakness. Origins just doesn't bring anything new to the table. A lot of the maps are identical, even some of the gadgets, while renamed, are just carbon copies of those used in City, the glue grenade for example. Unfortunately, it just comes across as lazy and a little insulting. These similarities are glaringly obvious to fans of the series, who were hoping for something new and different that would take the series in a new, fresh direction, or help to evolve the franchise in an interesting way. Sadly, the developers failed to do this, and because of this, Origins just doesn't stand out in its own right. It's overshadowed by its bigger, cooler brother, Arkham City.
Alfred! Alfred! The game crashed on me again. This crap didn't happen with Rocksteady Studios.
Another major issue that I had with Origins was the number of bugs and problems that came with the game on release, and these were serious problems, not just your usual clipping, but game-breaking glitches like the screen going black, Batman getting trapped, entire cutscenes being skipped, and even causing the game and your console to crash. All these issues show a telling tale that Origins was a rushed game, designed to make a quick buck, and not enough quality control was done. I remember the days when we didn't have patches and games had to be ready and bug-free for release. It is unacceptable to have so many bugs and glitches on release, especially on such a AAA title like Arkham Origins. Finally, no review would be complete without talking about the first edition of multiplayer in an Arkham game. The basic multiplayer experience revolves around 3 factions: a 3-man Bane team, a 3-man Joker gang, and our heroes Batman and Robin. It's set in Blackgate Prison, and the objective is to eliminate the other team, or if you're Batman, fill your Intimidate meter. While the premise is good, and it's a lot of fun to play as Batman or Robin, there were a lot of problems with it. The movement and gun handling of the thugs was a little choppy and difficult to use sometimes, and the matchmaking server was absolutely terrible. It could take ages to find or fill a lobby, and sometimes the game would lose connection in the middle of a match. I very quickly got bored with the multiplayer, which is a shame.
Kate, come in. I need to know your score.
Overall, I would give Batman Arkham Origins 7 out of 10. It's a good game and retains many of the great features of the previous Arkham games, but it's just too similar in many respects and doesn't bring anything new to the franchise. This is why for me Arkham Origins is the weakest of the 3 games. Warner Bros. Montreal did a commendable job with Origins, but I have to admit that I'm glad Rocksteady is back in the driving seat for the final installment in the Arkham series, Arkham Knight.
You should favorite, subscribe, like and comment for N7Kate here. Why? Because of Batman! What will N7Kate review next time? Find out. Same bat time, same bat channel.